Today we're digging Chrysocolla and Malachite. So we got this little specimen right here, and hopefully we can find some more like this. But first, let's head back to the studio. We're gonna talk about why did we choose this spot, how did we choose this spot, and what resources are available to you so you can go out and find something near you and dig up cool rocks too. So, all right, let's head back. Now that we're out of the heat, let's go over the how and why of selecting a prospecting site. The why, pretty simple. What minerals are you looking for and how far are you willing to travel? Today we're looking for copper minerals, Malachite, Chrysocolla, and I don't want to travel very far at all. So we're going to be picking somewhere pretty close. The how, a little trickier. So we'll get into finding a location, seeing if that location is going to be valid for what we're looking for, and then finally, can we prospect there? There's a lot of private property and mining claims and just off-limit sites out there nowadays. So let's get into some of that. First method that we can use is always the tried and true, going through the map. Whether you're going to be using the map to find your location or not, always throw one of these in your car. You know, they're great. The batteries don't die. You never lose service. And it's always good to know where you're at, where you're going. So first we're going to open up to our general area. And we'll zoom in so we can see what's going on. Okay, so we're looking at going right over here to this Granite Hills area. And if you notice, there is no symbolism on here for any sort of mining activity or prospects or anything like that. So there's one of the downsides of using the map. Over on this page here, let's see, right over here by Rye Patch, which we know there's gold out there, lots of digging. You can see there is some mine symbolism here. Now, does that mean it's active, it's private, it's claimed? No idea. You really just can't tell from here. But thumbing through this, you can go pretty quick, kind of scout out your area, and from there we can use some of the other resources to see if it's feasible or if we just need to keep on looking. Then you got your field guide. There's a lot of different ones out there, so pick one for your locality or, of course, the area that you're going to be traveling to. Field guides are awesome because they usually give you a map to the location that you're going, a good list of the minerals that can be found there, usually some tool recommendations on what you should bring, what you're going to need to dig, and then even as far as vehicle recommendations. Will your two-wheel drive make it there, or do you need four-wheel drive to get into the spot? Is it publicly accessible, or do you maybe need to contact a property owner to gain access to private property? All sorts of different stuff like that. So field guides, awesome. So inside the field guide, it's got all of these different locations here in the state, and we're going to be checking out this one right here, which just so happens to be the first one in the book. So let's go over there. And here you can see what they got it named, basic ways to get there. Land's managed by BLM, so that's good to go. You got your materials there, your tools, lets you know your vehicle. It comes with this spiffy, terrible black and white picture, so I guess we're out there looking for black and white rocks on this one. And then it does have the information on rock counting there, some more information on what we can find, what to watch out for. You see, it says look out for snakes. And then we got our basic map here. Shows you come up 395, get off of exit 80 here, and then you got parking, a peak, and basic site. So there's more than just X marks the spot, but that's our general area. And then there's the internet. The internet's got everything. So I'll show you one of my favorite websites to use when I'm trying to locate a prospecting site, and then we'll go over something else, and that is going to be, is the area claimed? Is it somewhere that we can even go to prospect? So don't want to be a claim jumper. Well, with that being said, let's hop on the internet and get into it. We're going to come over here to mindat.org, and we're going to come up here to the search, and we'll come down here to localities near me. We'll let it get our current location. From here you get some stuff in your general area, and we can bring up our menu over here. If you come down to Mindat localities, you'll get all the localities on the map. As you see, quite a bit more than the map or the field guide. We'll zoom into our area. You can see here's our spot that we were looking at on the map. I'll open this up. And this is going to have all of our online information here. So general location, some of the other stuff in the area. Down below here you get the commodities list. So this is like a list of the minerals in the area, the type of rocks around here. Some of this stuff you can dive deeper into. Like I said, we're just going to cover the basics here. So here we got our USGS page. So it's got even more information on it. Basically some of the same stuff as the Mindat page, but a little bit more official maybe. So just a bunch of basic information, a little bit more notes and stuff put in by geologists. And then finally, if we want to see if this area is workable outside of a mining claim, then we're going to hop over to the BLM site, because that's where you got to file your mining claims with. And I'll have a link to both of these pages in the description. So here on the BLM site, we're just going to zoom in on the map. It's nice and interactive. You don't have to open up a bunch of stuff. So come into the same general area that we were in, and here you can see the PLSS system. That's all those grids. And we'll come over here and we can turn on our mining claims. And then in this drop down, you'll see you got active mining claims. You could also bring up closed mining claims to see if there was anything closed in the area recently or over time. Here's our legend. You can see the different types of claims, some of the different borders. It's got that PLSS description on there. So if we zoom into our area, you can see that there's no mining claim overlay on it. So it looks like we're in the clear here. If you're curious though, and you want to see some information on the mining claims, what you'll do is you'll come over and you'll notice that NV number in there. So we'll get this information. We'll click on it, and this is going to open up a little menu, and we're just going to kind of scroll through this until we find that mining claim number pop up. And there we are. So now we can come down to the serial register page, or the case, and we can open that. And this is going to take us over to the actual submitted mining claim. It takes a little bit longer to load than you're going to see here, but that's the magic of video editing. And here's the information that was submitted to BLM by the claim filer. You can see they got the claimant's name edited out on here and their address. You can get all that information if you sign up for this. This claim, or the serial number here, if you take that number into the BLM office, you can actually get the map that they submitted when they filed this claim. That's not available here online. That's the only way you can actually see where the exact claim is, because as you can see, this claim is only 20 acres, and that PLSS grid is much bigger than 20 acres. I hope that little bit of information will help you be successful. Let's get back out there. believe down here was the old mill site where they used to process everything. You can tell the buildings are long since gone. Foundations are still here though. I actually don't have a lot of information on this site, but if you do, leave it down in the comments below. I'd be interested to learn a little more about this place.
Here you can really see the difference between the light blue-gray tailings and the ground that they were piled up on. We're going to want to stay in the bluish-gray stuff. And this is the collapsed adit the old-timers pulled all the tailings from. Alright, so we found our spot we're going to dig. You can see it's got the nice blue tinge to the dirt here. So that's indicative of the copper minerals in here. So we will start digging down, and we're going to classify, taking this one to 1/2 inch. So we're just interested in some of the bigger pieces, and we'll get down into that and see what kind of pretty rocks we find. Pretty low grade, but just instantly comes right out. Nice pretty blue rocks. So not exactly what we're looking for, but it is what we're looking for. How we dig? Here's a nice pretty blue piece, and they just keep getting better and better. Hopefully better the little deeper we go. Not quite as fun as gold, but change of pace is nice every now and then, right? Alright, so after classifying this down, now we have a bucket full of sub 1/2 inch. I don't really feel like keeping any of this. There are reports of small wire gold here though, so we'll keep a couple buckets by the end of the day. We'll take them home and run them through the sluice box, just in case. Let's see if there's anything here. Chances are not really. So I'm gonna dump this out into a pile. Like I said, the old timers, they did all the hard work. We're digging through their tailings. So here's like a secondary set of tailings. If you feel like it, come on up and dig through what I've already worked. I'm sure there's something good in here. You don't have to dig real deep either. Like I said, the old timers pulled this deep out of the ground, so the deep stuff's already here. So you can work the surface, you can work down deep if you want. Just watch the color of the soil. If you start getting into the really, really brown soil, you're off the vein. So as you can see, most of it's nothing. When you're starting out, you might want to keep anything that piques your interest. A little piece, it doesn't have to be great. As you go, if you start finding better pieces, toss out those ones that aren't impressive anymore. Hold on to the ones you like. There's not a lot of value in this stuff unless you find some good pieces, do some work to them, make some jewelry. Otherwise, these are nice rocks to keep at home and decorate the table, or I don't know, if you're like me, they just start multiplying and living everywhere in your house, so maybe not a good idea, I don't know. Also remember, if you're looking at something, you're just not seeing it. give it a lick. It'll make the color pop, then you know what you're working with. And you get your minerals. All right, I'm not sure how well this is gonna show up on camera, but as you're digging down, you might notice a little bit more of the material you're looking for start falling out in pockets. You can kind of trace those back, and hopefully there's more where that came from. So these little pieces started falling out here. This piece just got exposed. So we're gonna keep going that way for now. Got a little bit of color in there. Good girl. Here's a little pocket. Not the best pieces, but you're heading in the right direction. Oh, there's a nice chunk. Yeah, it seems like most of the stuff right here in this little hole is kind of small, so let's go to the 1/4 inch classifier and see if we turn up a little more. There's a healthy chunk. I can see some cool pieces just right here. Check this out.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's almost worth just doing a surface check.
Yeah, you can do a surface check. Yeah, so I mean, just looking around, you know, these are just sitting right on top. No digging required. So if you don't want to put the work in like that either, just you know, come kick some rocks and watch out for snakes. Enjoy your day. All right, well, I'm not entirely sure how well the camera will show this, but you can see there's a lot to be on the surface to be collected here. Man, it's hot out here. I keep having camera overheating issues. Been up here for about an hour and a half or so. Let's head back to the house. We'll clean up what we found so far. We'll run that bucket of dirt that we got, see if there's any gold in it. Highly doubtful, but hey, it's worth a look. It's always worth a look. So, all right, let's get out of here. Just got to get these cleaned up here so they look pretty. Here were all the pieces that we dug out today. I'm just going to run that one bucket that we grabbed. Fine pieces out of there that might be in here. Don't want any little pieces floating away. And the camera overheated again. Well, it's not a lot of gold, but it's gold. It's a lot more than I expected. Let's go get it cleaned up, check it out underneath the macro lens. I really wasn't expecting to find gold today, but it turned out there's this really cool specimen of gold on copper ore. So you never know. Here are a couple of the better pieces of Chrysocolla and Malachite after they were cleaned up. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video. To see more like this, hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. And if you're interested in some of the equipment I use, there are Amazon links in the description. Perfect. Alright, today we're going to be digging Chrysocolla and Malachite. Here's a nice little specimen we found so far. But first, let's talk about how do we get here, why do we get here, why do we choose this spot, and what resources are available to you, so you can find somewhere near you to dig. And god damn it, this shit is fucking hard.